Hello and welcome to the Technicians Workshop at the Rose Theatre, Kingston-on-Thames. The production office have acquired a spinet piano for a show, and it's got some damaged hammers in the treble. So I'm here today to replace those hammers and to get the piano sounding good. First thing I'm going to do is take all the keys off to access the action. I'm now unclipping the lift rods from the action from the keys, so I've got to do all that.
Yes.
And then take the keys off, each one out like this, and then the action can come out. So it's important to keep them in order.
Otherwise you've got a problem.
Yes, it may put them back a whole lot slower if they're not in order. This is where having an OCD pays off. So the keys are all out. In order to be able to access the action, I've got to take the key frame out. This is in two parts. So we leave the front rail in and take the balance rail and the back touch out. Be careful not to lose the screws.
Then you've got to remember where all the bits go.
Yes. There we go.
And make sure the keys go back in the right order.
Yes, that's why they're laid out over there in order. So I'll put them back from the top downwards, and then it shouldn't be too bad.
Okay.
Members of the house party.
There's another bit that's got to come out. Now there's a certain way of doing this. We'll figure it out first. So I've decided to keep the action in to save time. But fortunately the affected hammer's in the treble, so there's no dampers in the way. I can access the hammer butt from underneath. What I have to do is unclip the bridle tape.
Yeah.
I'll show you. So starting from this F and going upwards, so this, from here to the top. So I'm going to unclip this, and the whippen, which is this lever,
Yeah.
will drop down.
Right, okay. Right.
The hammers are irreparable as it stands in the time scale. It would take all day to completely dismantle the piano so you can get the action out.
Whoa.
And so I'm going to try and harden the hammers with a little bit of glue, or
Yeah.
just to get some sort of tone out of them, so I can get it matching the rest of the piano. It's only the treble notes, so this is all going back in. Hopefully it will play ball, because these pianos can be notoriously difficult to work with. something hard on the tip of the hammer. Just rub it in. that to dry and see how it works. While I'm putting the casework back together. Because they're quite so closely spaced, you can't really get much in around them, and the hammer felts are glued to the cores under tension, so they spring off if the glue fails.
This is a call for SIM for...
Let's just wait for that to harden. What I'm doing now, I'm going to attempt, while the action is in, which is fiddly, to heat the hammer shank so the glue melts and I can get the hammer out. And lower. It's alright, there's no fire, don't worry. Right. Well, we've tried everything with this piano to fix the blown hammers.
Yes.
Nothing has worked. So the last resort would be applying glue or hairspray to the blown hammer faces, and then attempt to harden them so we get some sort of tone out of the remains of the hammerheads. Right, so here we are back at the Rose Theatre for take 2 of the Piano from Hell. So I've had a big think over the weekend about what to do about this piano. I'm taking the felts off the hammers and replacing them with leather, which is glued on with fish glue to the hammer core. Last time I hardened the felts that are existing. You see where they've come off already, that was beforehand. Last time I tried gluing the felts, the blown felts, treating them with glue to harden them, and it's still not quite right in tone. Those two are stuck together. That's a bit better. But what I'm doing now is I'm taking the felts off and replacing them with leather, as you would have had on an 18th century piano, and that's much better. So I'll do that with the blown hammers, and that should work. The glue I'm using is fish glue. It's boiled down fish scales and skin. It doesn't smell very nice, but it dries quickly. It's reversible, so you can take them off again if necessary. So I'm able to do this with the action inside the piano. Put a bit of glue on here. Have a strip already cut of buckskin. Spread the glue a little round with my fingers, which I'll wash later, and stick it onto the hammer. Stick it down, let the glue dry a bit. You can see the difference in tone, which I'll show you, between leather or the felt and nothing at all. If the whole piano was hammered with just wood, you'll get that typical saloon bar sound, which I don't think is what they really want. It's not the ideal repair job, but it's good enough for the show and for their budget. As I probably said earlier, to do this properly, it would require taking the whole piano apart, even the casework to get the action out, which would take all day and cost an absolute fortune, which I don't think they could afford. So we're doing it within budget. No one's going to see it. So there we are. Stick it down, hold it down, let the glue dry a bit, take a few minutes. It's a bit of a neater way of applying the glue. So what I'll do for expedience is I'll cut the strips first, glue them, let the glue dry slightly, and then apply it to the wood. The lower hammers up to probably about this one will have 2 layers of leather. So there we have it. It's not brilliant, but for piano, which is to all intents and purposes worthless, that's the best repair we can do on it, especially as we can't even get the action out. The sellotape is to hold the leather coverings in position while the glue dries. And when I come back to tune the piano in a week or so, I will remove the sellotape. When the glue dries, the hammers will harden a little bit, the hammer coverings will harden a bit, which will even out the tone. Also put a little bit of L-net in the top just to harden the lower ones where the leather is thicker. But there we have it, repairing blown hammer coverings on a worthless spinet. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.